arguing with AJ. Not really arguing, but debating. Well, fuckers. Whew. Okie dokie. Everyone knows what time it is. Time for some Skyline playoffs. Mic actually on. Mic is actually on. Okay. Oh god. You want Tigers talk on the stream? No. Alright, taking a look at the playoff bracket, if I would actually take on the cover. There we go. Here is your playoff series. Need my mic to be louder? Okay. Sir? Oh yeah, it is turned down quite a bit. Why is that? Yeah, this seems to be a bit janky. Hold on. Where is it? What the hell happened, man? I thought this was all set up nicely. What did I do? Okay, there, I turned my mic up a little bit. Yes, it has been too long, right? How's this a little better? I turned my mic up, the music's turned down a little bit. Testing, 1, 2, 3. More. He needs more. Music slightly down. Damn, what the hell's going on? Okay. Yeah, new. Turn the mic up even more. Let's go to 2.5. And music, you said? Where is that shit? Oh. Yeah, I see what happened. Why did the music get turned up so loud? Oh. I think I turned the music up because I was blasting Zach's song because it was such a good choice. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Now more music, more music, more music. Okay, I feel like that's good. It's good for me. Yeah, savor this stream. That's true. Yeah, Jason is no offense to Jason or anything, because this is my own setup, but yeah, it's a bit of a jacked up summer playoffs. Alright, let's take a look at where we're at. Let's do this. I found this tab earlier this morning, and I don't know why I haven't used it earlier, but there is how Quick Sim? Yeah, you just get a file and you get to just see who wins. There's how things shook out in the East and the West. Obviously standing out is Miami and their 108 wins. However, I did discover something today while looking at expanded standings. If you're a believer in this shit, look at this Pythag in the Atlantic, the so-called America's division. How about the luckiest division this season? Maybe some of these teams are pretenders. The Barbs were +7. +7! I mean, that's not Hops territory, but speaking of the Hops, they were actually -5, one of the unluckiest teams in the league. These playoffs are jacked, man. These playoffs are jacked. Chicago, I think, is they're -4. Like, we essentially, in the West, have basically 8 90+ win teams, which is pretty wild. -2 and he's crying like a baby. Hold on, I gotta take my sweater off. I'm too jacked up. I'm too hot. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright. As we usually do, we waste too much time, but let's look at the best player and the best pitcher on each of these teams. Actually, really quickly before that, I was looking at the playoff coverage here, and I noticed the records here. Pretty much every higher seed has a better record against the lower seeds, which is kind of interesting. To be expected, you'd think, but I thought maybe one of the teams might stand out. But no, Miami 3-1 against Mini, Philly 3-1 against Toronto, Indy 3-1 against Atlanta, and the Yankees were 3-1 against the Blues. St. Louis and Portland split their series, but Seattle over California 3-1. LA, this is the only interdivisional matchup, but they took the season series 8-4, and yours truly beat the White Sox 3-1 this year. So I found that kind of interesting. Not really any inklings of teams that might upset, but it's the playoffs, so of course somebody's going to. It's probably going to be me. I'm terrified. Okay, let's take a look at the Marlins. I don't really want to, because a former Cascade, who I think I traded this guy away for a 3rd rounder back in the day. Let's look at him through my scout. Sure would love this guy on my team right now. Michael Clark, absolutely slapping ass. He's only 26, by the way. This was his 4th full season. He's doing pretty good. No doubt about it. Great player. Probably plays a pretty good left field, I bet. Oh, he played some right field and did pretty good too. Very nice. Yeah, great player. Everybody would love to have this guy. No doubt about it. Hayden Nelson. Wow, okay. I'm sorry to do this. DeCharlo. I'm really sorry to do this, but when you shit on Hayden Nelson in the preseason pod, I literally wanted to fucking call your doctor and see if you're off your meds. Cause he's a good pitcher! And look, and lo and behold, the seas hath parted, and the man put up fucking 4.5 WAR, just like he did the year before. You're crazy, son. Maybe this changeover to Detroit will actually jiggle something in your little brain over there. Just kidding, I love you. Please sim the playoffs. Anyway, yeah, Hayden Nelson, I mean, legit. Is he gonna slow down? I don't know. Oh, I do have a velo drop. Oh, that's the end of last year, though. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Yeah, the end of last year. Didn't seem to affect him, though. I think he'll be perfectly fine. Look at this, man. What the fuck? This should be illegal, dude. No wonder they won 108 games. This is just the Miami MO, man. You look at these guys, you're like, who's Standing Moncadlo? Like, he doesn't have any, like, household names, but he has very good players at every single fucking position. It's crazy. Kudos. Alright, unfortunately the 4th seed, because Miami just went off, is going to be Philly, but the 2nd best record. Let's take a look at them. Who is this? This is somebody I've never looked at before. A former Marlin, ironically, Alonso Panico. Okay, yeah. No, my scout has them exactly the same. I guess we're gonna call this like a breakout year, yeah? First full year. 4.5 and 5.5 WAR/R WAR respectively. Led the East with 23 quality starts, by the way. You love to see that from a youngster. Yeah, I've literally never clicked on this player before, but this is welcome to the show, boys. This is how peak performance looks now. Stuff? What stuff? Haha. And no shocker on the batting side. Kyle Negulescu led the league with 95 steals. I wonder how many seasons he's led now. We can see 6 here, but I wonder if there's any more. Up to 77 WAR now. You would think practically a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame, but you know, he played for California and Indy, and we have some salty GMs in this league, so no guarantees there. Alright, the Yankees finished with the 3rd best record in the East. Won the North by 1 game on the last day of the season. Yeah, you'd think so, right, Jacob? You would fucking think so. Wow, look at this. Somebody hyped this man up all season, and he's the OSA #1 catcher now. Declan Leiter. Oh yeah, this guy's just a better version of my catcher. Holy shit. 40 catcher arm though. Does that play? He only throws out 12.7% of runners. That's a touch scary, and I'm really coping here because this dude is a fucking very good player. When you can get 136 OPS plus from your catcher in our league, that's pretty fucking good. Plus his defense is probably obviously elite. Sans the catcher arm, but still. Crazy. I shouldn't have even clicked on him. He's not even the best player, but I just happened to see him. Joshua Wathan was their best pitcher this year, technically. Oh yeah, this is a 25 pitcher. I have a guy on my team with this. It's no real sexy bars. Bunch of mid pitches. Does okay. Maxwell Height, I know Jacob hyped him up. Didn't he? He pitched like insanely good in the last day of the season for them to actually clinch, I believe, so. Looks like he just fucking didn't even, no lube at all, just welcome to the sky. Went from, last year he was in single A, high A, bam! Right in the sky, bang. And he did perfectly fine, man. The home runs are a little high, but he plays in Yankee Stadium, what are you gonna do? Pretty cool. And Mr. Whammy himself, Mr. Triple Bad Personality Traits, says, whatever, bro. Led the East in slugging, OPS, and 174 WRC plus. That's pretty fucking elite, honestly. Looks like the Yankees might be good for a little while, gents. Might be good for a little while. Love to see it. A man with a plan, it's working out. Alright, the Blue Jays, or is this the Buffalo Bisons? Because they have been absolutely fustigated with injuries. It's ridiculous. I've never seen a team get so many injuries post-trade deadline, of course. Although, to be fair, Thomas Smith, come on, man. I offered my brother like an 8th. He's like, I got somebody offering a 5th for Thomas Smith. I'm like, you better fucking take that right now, because that man is crazy. Crazy! I get to risk it on this guy, but I mean, this guy was due to be here. But I mean, this guy, losing this guy was brutal. I mean, he practically played, what? Like 60% of a season and got 5 WAR. He was on pace for something pretty sweet. So sad, man. Very, very sad. He lost like 3 guys. He lost his best pitcher practically, or one of his best two. Alessandri's insane. Alessandroni, excuse me. This guy might be the most consistent pitcher in our league. Look at this shit. 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Like he's just, you could pencil him in for 4.5, 4. He's turning 30 this year, and he's already racked up 38 WAR and 43 R WAR. So definitely an ace. Oh yeah, we looked at Alex Alvarado. Very sad. Yeah, injuries. We'll see if Amin can plug the gaps, man. I think he can. The +7 Atlanta Barbs, led this year by Mr. Mal Smart. I loved this trade at the time. I still love it. Somehow 40 control works for this guy. He walks 4 batters per 9, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't give up any fucking home runs. He only give up 10 home runs this year, which led the league in per 9 stats. Very valuable player. If this dude had 50 control, he might be one of the top like 5 pitchers in our league, unironically. Josiah Janes, of course, still wrecking on the base paths. Led the East in plate appearances and runs scored. That'll do the trick when you're batting first. And you should probably be batting third, but who am I to question Mr. D. Rich himself? Wow, look at his farm. D. Rich has a farm. I don't mean to get off topic, but this is rare. Usually you look at this and you see a lot of yellow, so interesting. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see if the Pythag gods are behind the Braves or not. New GM this year, Mr. Josh Beer, manning the Indianapolis Ignition to another 88-win season. I think down a little bit. Yeah, 2 less than last year, but I mean the core of the team I believe is essentially the same. They get to add another former Cascade who I traded away, but again I'd do it again in a heartbeat for Ian Holby. But Bolero Aguilar, Wow, we actually led the East in WAR with 6. 6 leads the East. Hey, that seems really low. Regardless, this guy's an insane player. He's 32. He must be up in the 50s now. Yeah, 55 WAR now. Oof. Couple more years. Couple more years of 6.5 WAR. He'll be 66. I mean, he steals bags. He doesn't get hurt, I don't think. A little tiny bit, but his Hall of Fame push is coming, making $40 million this year and going to free agency. I wonder if Mr. Beer is going to keep him around. He's probably fucking asking for about the same, so. Maynard Perez. Oh, on the IL. That sucks balls. Yeah, they actually have Penrins on the IL as well, too. He's might come back later in the playoffs, but best pitcher on the IL feels bad, man. But I mean, they got a bunch of players here who picked up about 4 WAR. Oh yeah, here it is, boys. Low stuff, high control. Ground baller, lefty. Oh, give it to me. Aguilar is a tiger next year. Jason already busting out the books. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. This isn't your Ignition of old. This isn't your gender Ignition team, but the core is still all there, and Josh seems to know what he's doing, so I could see this team making a magic run. Why the hell is center fielder Blake Bustamante playing third? Oh my god. Okay. Wow. That is rare as fuck, man. To see a guy this good defensively at everywhere except for catcher, essentially. That's really rare. Like, usually you'll have guys who kind of can cross over a little bit, but that's really valuable in our league. The high injuries to have a guy slide around like that. Okay, Memphis. The Memphis Blues. Mark Masterson was the pitching this year. God, he looks good. Underrated, of course, because nobody toots his horn. Corey. Fucking New Year's resolution. You're going to talk more? You bastard. This should be a guy who's talked about quite a bit. Highly underrated pitcher. What do you do? Who the hell's Max Foster? Left fielder Max Foster, their best hitter this year. Only played 136 games, and I imagine he has split issues? It would appear so. But racked himself up 4.2 WAR. That's always nice to see. For a platoon guy, that's pretty good. Mr. Bork. That was a hell of a trade, actually, right? Didn't that trade get shit on? And he's been nothing but elite. For, yeah, love the East again. 2 innings pitched, game started. Holy shit. Pretty nice. I mean, this team, you could easily sleeper their way into the RCS. I can see it, so many good teams. Until we get to this team. The defending champions made their way back into the postseason. In the 85 and 77 season, they are decimated with injuries, though, it looks like. Justin Friedman's on the IL. Christopher Alba's on the IL. Rob Foyle just went on the IL. I don't think anybody else is really worthy of talking about, but they still do have Roberto Bush. Why isn't he? What happened this year? What the fuck? I hate this shit. I hate when guys in the middle of their prime who don't have any significant dev changes just randomly have a fucking terrible year. Nothing pisses me off more in this game than this. Because he was good last year. We played in 25 last year, and this year just like, nah, dog. I'm just gonna give up like 50% more home runs and get lit up. Get lit up. It got quite unlucky though. He's got a 5.11 FIP but a 338 Sierra, so you can see this guy maybe just coming into form in the playoffs. You never know. And Mr. Everhart. Mr. Sam Everhart. What's he at now? 79 WAR, career WAR. He's only 33. He's turning 34. This dude could theoretically play like 5 more years. If he gets that old man boost that our league seems to love to give. I mean, that could put him pushing to 100 WAR, but that's just pure hopium right now. But One of my favorite players, maybe my favorite player in the league, honestly. Zach tried to trade him to me when I was shopping out for Raton. I would have loved this guy, but he just makes too much money. He makes 10 million more, and he's 8 years older. Even still, what a goat, man. He's getting to that. Yeah, he's in that Alex Rivera stage now, where all his awards are behind his picture. So that's how you know a good player in our league, or an elite player anyway. All right, we made it to the West. St. Louis Cardinals. Steve rebuilt for a little while, and it has worked out pretty fucking good. The man who touts no scouting budget hits on a lot of his draft picks, but he's got a little bit lucky on some of his dudes, but we still gotta give props. Gabriel Balboa, yeah, probably one of the best young pitchers in our league right now. Had his, I don't want to, well, I guess kind of breakout year. He was pretty good the last couple of years, but this year he really put it together, and not giving up home runs in St. Louis is actually omega impressive, honestly. That place, isn't that a Homer Dome? No, maybe their shit changed with the, right? Oh, okay, never mind. Not that impressive, but still, it kind of is. Rick Shelley. Did this guy win Rookie of the Year last year? I thought he was in the running. He did not, but he was an All-Star and a Silver Slugger last year. A bit of a step down in terms of WPA, but everything else looks pretty much identical. He's a captain now at 25. Wow. Yeah, solid player. This team kind of reminds me of Miami a little bit. Well, Miami Light, I'm going to say. But they have a lot of good players at every position. Right? They don't have any holes in their lineup that you're going to be able to exploit. Why is this guy leading off, though? Higgs? I mean, I guess. Okay, so they don't give a shit about stolen bases, which is very interesting. They do one thing. They just fucking hit dongs and pitch well. Oh shit, look at Nils Vanderbilt. Look at this guy. This guy's just a straight up starter. He's set to starting pitcher. Higgs doesn't give a shit. 28 saves. Looking nice. Ethan Mink still kicking around, hey? Wait, did he actually bat this year? He got 7 plate appearances this year. Attaboy, Steve. Good try. Look, he actually hit pretty well in his 7 plate appearances. I'm telling you, Steve. You're missing out here, bud. Missing out. Alright. Second best. Dustin and I tied for the second best. I think I held the tiebreaker by 1 game, and I think I had like 3 higher run differential than him, so I ended up winning the division. My best pitcher this year, Mr. Ian Holby. It is a travesty. I 100% agree. Mr. Holby is he put together that year. I was waiting for this, like, although he was really good for me in 52. He was hurt last year. This year he came back and just wrecked face, letting Ks whip, Ks per 9, Ks per walks, WAR, FIP minus of 63. Everything I had hoped for when I traded basically my entire farm to Indy. And yeah, I got nothing else to say. Love having this dude at the top of the rotation in the playoffs. Now, avert your eyes, kids, because this is disgusting. I have no earthly idea how Bo Koss continues to rake, but he's literally like a fine wine. And the older he gets, the fucking better he gets. I signed this guy to a 5-year, $5.5 million contract in 2051. And I was like, you know what? This guy could man third base for me for 5 years and get me 3 WAR, 3.5 WAR. I'll be more than happy. And that's what he did like the first year. And then he just keeps fucking going. I have no explanation. I mean, obviously the BABIP's very high, but I got nothing. Yeah, it's disgusting. I'll fully admit it. It is what it is. Alright. Seattle Mariners. A team that you would hate to have to play in the first round. Hate. And I know Mikey absolutely hates that he has to play this team in the first round. Because this team is just, this is what it is. It's Seattle, man. They have nobody injured. Everyone's healthy. They have the best pitcher in the league, Errol Madrano. Although not this season. He had a bit of a down season this year, but I mean, when your down season is 5 WAR, I think you're okay. Jonah Dunn got the highest amount of actual WAR for their team. Jesus Christ, how does this man have 280s on his team? What the fuck? Yeah, well, this Gammon Ramage learned to pitch, didn't he? That's not fair. Yeah, I mean, the pitching is disgusting. Although he didn't lead in starters ERA, which is surprising. I think that was Higgs, actually. The team, this was the mold for Miami. This Dustin runs out guys who just, there's no weakness. Like, who gives a shit about the OSA rankings? Although this guy fucking sucks. Maybe he doesn't, actually. But you're not going to find many holes. Although, they were 10th in pitching WAR? How does this work? They were 1st in runs against, 3rd in starters ERA, 5th bullpen. Their FIP was 7th. They led in strikeouts, defense. That's irrelevant. But their pitching WAR was 10th. What in the shit? It looks like the hitting wasn't quite up to par as it was last year, so maybe this isn't your Seattle of old, but I don't trust that shit at all. Jacob Cole led the West with 6.9 WAR. Very nice. Making that dough and making it count. That's always good to see. Wait a minute. Oh, he was injured. I was like, how does this man only steal 41 bags? Wait, is it... Where... What? I'm confused. What am I missing here? Why did Jacob Cole only play 100 games this year? 120 games? He's only got oh, it was a 6-week sprained ankle at the start of the season. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense now. I just saw sprained ankle and I was like, that can't be that long of an injury, but I guess I was wrong, so... Yeah, newsflash, more news at 11. Seattle's good. Also, same with this team, the Dodgers. Although they're quite banged up as well, too. They lost their starting center fielder in the last sim of the year, which always sucks. They lost Hugo Castillo this year to a career ender, which is kind of sad. He was looking like he was maybe coming into his own. Out of nowhere, too. It wasn't really fucking... He tore his labrum in 2049. Then he had tendinitis at the beginning of the year, and then in the middle of the year, they're just like, yeah, you're done. Just fucking hung her up. Crazy, man. Regardless, Keeson Fauché, a little bit under the radar pitcher, honestly. Former Mariner, but he's been with LA for 4 years now, and he's always good. Well, he was not very good for them here. Okay, he bounced around. But the last couple of years, he's been very solid. Dual citizenship. Love to see it. Scary time to have that, though. Gumby is a great nickname. Matt Weber. Why does this name look familiar to me? 7th rounder in 2050. I believe we call this a breakout year, gentlemen. Played almost every game. Went from a 4.5 to 5.1. 149 WRC plus is pretty tight. The defense, I bet you this is actually pretty good. It looks gross, but 65 defense rating at left field. Yeah, exactly. We're in a point where kind of almost these bars don't matter that much. I mean, they do to an extent, but really this is the bar that matters, so... yeah, I'm not too surprised to see that he got fucking 6.5 WAR at left field, so pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, this team is another team that really doesn't have any holes. Maybe a slight hole or two with some injuries, but you never know. They won their division, so they're the 3rd seed. The 5th seed, who have to play the Mariners, is the California Angels. I mean, every team I look at, they all have fucking... I could see every single team going all the way. Ralph Mays, one of the best pitchers in our league, probably in the top 3, easily in the top 5, I'm gonna say. Excuse me. This man pitches 225 innings every fucking year. That's kind of scary to me. I wonder what his pitcher abuse points is. Somebody get that man a pap smear and find out. A slightly down year, but still. Looks like he walked a few more guys than he normally does, but wouldn't worry too much about that. He's going to be elite in the playoffs. We have to check in on the spinach, man. Yeah, newsflash, he's still good. He's still good. I got nothing else to say about that one. Isaac Keenan, we do have to talk about, set the walks record this year. He actually, well, he didn't destroy it, but he did good. He beat it by 10 walks, which was Luca Flores like 10 years ago. Let's look here. Where is it? Walks. Yeah, Luca Flores at 10 years ago in 2044 at 143 walks. Everybody else on that list is all from pre-human era. Alex Rivera was leading it since the juice ball era. And then Isaac Keenan was like, hold my beer. He has to have higher than 80 I. He absolutely has to. And he walked 27 more times than last year, by the way. Stole 72 bags. Led the league in on-base percentage, no shit. And racked up not even a career high, 7 WAR. What's he at now? Oh, he's only at 40. I would have predicted a little higher, but yeah, this has to be 85 or probably 90 in my opinion, but that's the beauty of the mystery of the league. But this is a team with really no fucking holes, honestly. Even Hudson Scott's a good player. I believe their starting center fielder is out. No, I think Kent Fuhr is their starter, but it's going to be a slogfest between Seattle and Cali. Everybody's favorite J, Mr. P, J to the P. Oh my God, he did it again? Bruh. This is truly what peak performance looks like. You don't care what the stuff is. It's all about movement and control. The secondary pitches might as well not even exist. He's up to a 60 according to my scout. Wow, dude. I mean, high movement ground ball pitcher in the super pitcher friendly park. I guess we can't be too surprised, but it is so disgusting, bro, to look at this shit. Gives me like a slight panic attack. Like, come on, dude. What do you do? Is everybody gonna look for their own little Endaya now? I don't know. Hunter Wade was kind of okay this year. I thought he would be better. I really did. He's been an underperformer, sadly. I remember when... Didn't he get drafted by JG? I think he got drafted by JG, now being managed by JP, and he still sucks. Anyway. The best hitter, Mr. Virgil Towns. Okay, hello. Okay, is this Rookie of the Year? Is this our Rookie of the Year in the West? What a season. 6.3 WAR. Again, calling up your dudes, not waiting for call-up day. I guess some of you fellows respect the non-service manipulators. Did he play right field? He played a pretty good right field as well, too. Wow. Damn, man. Good looking player. Did they make the biggest trade of the deadline? Probably, right? Picking up Chio Wei-Ni. And he was pretty good. He was basically, well, he was better than he was in Cleveland. How was his third base, though? Perfectly fucking fine. Hold on. Yeah, oh, wow, he played a lot of positions this year. What the fuck? Yeah, perfectly fine. And also, I managed this team for like a week and a half, and they still managed to win 90 games. So I imagine if JP was not on vacation, they probably could have picked up a few more wins. So very underrated team. Do they have the setup to go deep in the playoffs? I don't know. I do not know. Alright, my opponent in the first round that I'm absolutely terrified of. The White Sox. Dax Moore was their top pitcher this year. I looked at him this morning. He's quietly put together a pretty good career, but I think we all were wondering if this stamina would ever come up, right? And it never really did. He still pitches like high 100, like 80s, 190s, which is pretty cool. He's only amassed 40 WAR though, so he's 34. The Hall of Fame chances are very low, but still a cool pitcher. Sort of the original low starter, or a low stamina boy with elite pitches, so pretty cool to see. Ugh, I have to click on this guy, unfortunately. Yet another Cascade leading their team. Imagine if I had Michael Clark and this guy on my team. Both of them are making minimum right now too, so I could have kept them, but I digress. He's a good player. Led the West in RBIs. He's slapping the ball around, calling it Susan. A slightly down year from last year, but was still worth pretty much exactly the same amount of wins to his team. An elite player. Yeah, gonna be a tough out for my team, I can imagine. Probably played a hell of a left field too. No, not really that good. See? Very interesting. Never mind, I don't know how this shit works. I gotta give up. Okay, and finally, before I have to go take a pee from all this coffee, let me get the game started. The Portland Hops, they're back, baby. First time in the playoffs since 2047, where they made 4 years in a row. By the way, just so everybody knows, they made it 4 years in a row. Don't want to make sure everybody knows that. Lamar Johnson, this is nice to see. The spec who got called up at deadline day last year, manipulating that service time. I love to see it. And he was good. First full year is pretty fucking good. 4.5 and 5.5 respectively. His quality start percentage is pretty decent. Almost broke that 200 innings. Didn't give up a lot of homers. His walks is great. This guy's looking good. Was by far their best pitcher. Taking a look at it. Raimundo Capellan is on this team. Holy moly. Why does he have the wrong picture? I hate it all. I swear to God. I don't know what I have to do to keep these pictures up to date, man. I do everything I can. It pisses me off. Yeah, Raimundo is coming down a little bit. But I could see this guy. How is this guy a 50, by the way? Like, don't get me wrong. He pitched like a 50, but bruh, 75 fucking stuff for a starting pitcher in our league? That has to be like the highest we have, right? Crazy. Anyway, I could see him going off in the playoff start. And on the batting side of things, who the fuck is Seth DeFilippo? Second round pick from 20. I never have seen or clicked on this guy in my life. Looks like he got called up at call-up day last year too, and he also busted out this year. Damn, dude. I mean, yeah, the BABIP's a little high, but still. Played a good right field? What the fuck? Okay, I don't understand how the defense works in this game. Never mind. Yeah, you hate to see that. I mean, I'd take this guy on my team. Fuck the overalls, right? I'm just saying, like, the overalls are stupid. But, like, you look at this and you're like, oh my god, bro, this too? And Gabe's like, yeah, you know. But then he also pitched like a 50, so, eh. Oh, Henrik Len is still kicking around, hey? Aw, he does not look as elite as he does when you draft him. Very sad. Okay, I mean, the Hops were -5 or something, right? So, essentially, like I said, the West has 8 90-game winners. If you believe in that shit. Whoops. Come on! There we go. There's your playoff tree. You can ogle it. I gotta pee. And then the games begin. Be right back. Okay, I'm just gonna slot in a half hour for all that rambling I do before. I try to go fast, but I just get, it's like a kid at the candy shop. Ooh, how'd this guy do? Ooh, how'd this guy do? Ooh, what about this guy? Ooh, wow. Okay, kids, this is it. I'm gonna ramble off the starters. Bush versus Nelson for the Twins and Marlins. Jays are sending Alessandroni versus Max Ria. Mal Smart versus Neil Frizzle for Atlanta and Indy. Joe Bork versus Lucas Rapond for Memphis and the Yanks. The aforementioned Lamar Johnson against Gabriel Balboa. The Hops and Cards. Cali and Seattle are sending Ralph Mays and Errol Magrano. Holy shit. That's quite the matchup, man. San Diego sending Hunter Wade to face Casey Fauché for Dodgers. And finally, White Sox sending Lyle Lundqvist to face yours truly's Ian Holby. Here we go. I have the RTS running in the background for anybody who can't watch live or who cares. All the games are at the same time, so here we go. Good luck, everybody. Oh, shit. I'm a little worried about my team. Holby actually has been terrible the last couple starts, so... Yep. A walk and a single puts runners in the corners for the White Sox already with nobody down. Virgil Towns getting his team on the board first. By the way, Alcorta steals second to take double play out of it, and there they go. White Sox strike first, like I said they would. Well, I didn't say that, but I said Holby's been terrible. McKinney singles in Spicer and Alcorta. So two road teams getting out early. Runners on the corners for the Mariners after an error. Uh-oh. A fielder's choice will score that. That should be an unearned run, I believe. But an error nonetheless will put the Mariners on top. Memphis. The solo bomb from Jefferson Parra puts them out on top. And Miami sacking in Michael Clark, making it 1-0 there. Theodore Fu with a solo shot, the former Giant. I tried to sign that guy to a minor league deal this year, and he signed with Atlanta instead. Yikes. Oh boy, a leadoff single and a wild pitch. And a walk puts the first two on for Vancouver here. Larry Tuba at the plate, but he goes down swinging. But Bo Koss singles in a run as Vancouver cuts it in half, 2-1. Phillies are on the board first. Evan Montgomery. The hell? Who is that? Evan Montgomery, the solo bolo, puts the Phillies on top of the Blue Jays. Cascades tie the game. Asher Wirtz singles in Garant Grandridge. Have a slobber knocker on our hands. Second and third with nobody down for defending champs, the Twins here in the top of the third. They do put one across the plate. Iniguez grounds out. Scores Ryder Spire. Philly adding more. Strom Odom singles in Mello and Lyons. It's 3-0. And Scott Tremblay singles him and it's 4-0. Immediately the salami spread for your Phils. Against Kevin Alessandroni, of all pitchers too. Phillies came to play. St. Louis strikes first. Hector De La Rosa with a solo shot. Bottom of the third. Miami breaks their tie. Norm Visser, the former longtime Twin, singles in Joshua Roberts, making it 2-0. Memphis with a 2-run bomb by Monty Baker. Oh, I missed Atlanta. Sebastian Rolón singling in Lofton, making it 2-0, and now Scott Hill doubling in Pam Sienna. I believe that was a deadline. Was that a deadline deal? Or was that at the beginning of the year deal? I can't remember, but Braves are up 3-0 on Indy here. Alcorta sacrificing in the 3rd inning for the White Sox, playing some small ball. Let's see if it pays off, getting Ferguson to the plate. But he goes down swinging. Adrian Phillips ties the game in Seattle with a solo shot for Cali. Minnesota breaks through and flip-flops the lead again. Steven Davis with a 2-run shot now makes it 3-2. Sebastian Rolón doubles in Janes. That's the 2nd RBI of the day, I think. 2 men aboard for Memphis in the top of the 5th. Johan Roch singles in Stratton, Julian Stratton, and it's 4-0 there now. 3 games sitting at 4-0 in the East. Second and third, nobody out again for the Twins here in the top of the 5th. Hayden Nelson finding himself in spots of trouble here. They get 1 out, but a fielder's choice by Everhart will make 1 cross play. He steals second, taking double play out of it. So second and third with 1 down now. Meanwhile, Strom Odom singled in Coach Kyle, making it 5-0 for Philly. Hill hits a solo ball, making it 5-0 for Atlanta. Michael Dodson reaches on an error. They have the bases loaded with only 1 down in the top of the 5th. Jonathan D. Marino, the deadline pickup, doubles in Isaac Keening, and California goes on top. And Portland breaks their scoreless drought and then takes the lead. Jason Stafford singling in Medina and Maverick Tullos with a 2-run bomb. Minnesota adds another one. They probably want a little more than that, but still. Now up 6-2. First and second here for St. Louis in the bottom of the 6th with 1 away. So far been stymied by Lamar Johnson, but here they get 1 back. Barraza singles in Bobby Grimm. Sebastian Rolón having a hell of a day. He doubles again and scores Janes again. 3rd RBI of the day, I think. First and second for Cali with 1 down here. There is Need doubling in Greer, and San Diego doubles up their lead now up 2-0. There's the Rocket Norman Visser with a solo shot, making it 6-3. New York finally on the board in hits and runs. Caleb Rutter singles in Aponte. I believe Joe Bork had 6 2/3 or 6 1/3 no-hit innings, so... First and second with only 1 down now for Seattle in their half of the 6th. LA's on the board, and they tie the game. A 2-run shot from Echo Warren will tie this game up in the bottom of the 6th. Meanwhile, the Phillies continue just to tack one on and tack one on and tack one on. Tremblay doubles in Liam Lyons at 6-0, and Seattle ties the game. Devondre Gendara, I don't know who that is. Oh, fuck, of course my bullpen's blowing it. It's 8-0 in Philly now. Mark Sims, William Spicer singles in Sevilla, and the White Sox take a late lead. My bullpen is so fucking bad. Smell that one from a mile away. Maverick Tullos adding some insurance for Portland, doubling in DeFilippo. Make it 4-2 now. A wild pitch scores Kent Fiora, and California takes the lead in the 7th. Miami roaring back. Josh Roberts with a 2-run homer here. And they now only trail by 1. Rick Shelley leads off the 8th with a solo bolo. They're now within 1. Bases jacked for California in the 7th here, with only 1 down. First and second for LA with nobody down in the 7th. Big second out there for Seattle. And he gets them out. Wow. And the Rocket Visser ties the game, and Miami comes all the way back from 6-2. Now 8-6. Ramsburg with a 2-run shot. Miami just blasting and blasting. Meanwhile, it's a final. Joe Bork carves up the Yankees. Oh my god, another wild pitch ties the game in the bottom of the 8th. Oh god, Frank Corson's pitching against me. Another guy I dealt in that deal for Hayden Nelson. Looks like he's wrecking my face too. Uh-oh. Seattle ties the game, but at the cost of Bob Bive. I do not know who Bob Bive is. But he has left the game. He was injured while running the bases. And the survey says that he has some knee inflammation for 3 weeks. It's moderately affecting his running. That is about it. I am certain he will probably play and be fine. Top of the 9th, tied at 4 in St. Louis. Top of the 9th, White Sox looking for some insurance. Bottom of the 9th in Indy, they trail by 6. Second and third after a Christopher Betancourt double for Portland. Strom Odom having a hell of a game with a solo shot. 9-0 now. Nils Vanderbilt, the closer in for St. Louis, immediately gives it up here. Can he stop him? He gets the next 2 outs. 10-0 for the Phils now. And he gets out of it! Second and third. Can the Bats pick him up with a walk-off win here? It's the bottom of the 9th. Vancouver down to their final 2 outs. Their final out now. Uh-oh. And it is final. Chicago White Sox steal game 1. We have to pause, though. Center fielder for California Angels, Kent Fura, left the game with an injury while being hit by a pitch. And he is done for at least a couple of playoff series should California make it. A foot contusion. Unlucky, Mr. Fura. So final in Indianapolis. Atlanta shuts out Indy 6-0. Virgil Towns with a top of the 9th solo bolo puts San Diego on top now. Bases loaded for Cali here. They can't do anything. And it's a walk-off in St. Louis! Robbie Rodriguez. Portland had second and third and nobody out, and they couldn't get the job done and then give it up in the bottom of the 9th. That has got to feel bad. San Diego actually adding 3 on 3 solo bolos. Towns, Trottier, and Luciano Pettit called up for the playoffs. It's 5-2. Sid Lippold with a solo shot to at least get Toronto on the board, I guess. It's 10-1. It's a final now, though. Minnesota with a go-ahead run at the plate. Bases loaded now for Eric Ho. Dominic Carnish comes into the game. It's so... He walks in. They're down by 1. John Thompson. Full count. The game's over. Holy moly. Minnesota tried to make something of it, but nothing can do. Miami will take game 1. Nothing for California in the top of the 9th. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 3. Seattle walk it off. There's the winning run. Milton Chadle on first base. Khrushchev strikes out swinging. They pinch hit Allard Moran to face the lefty Scott. Flies out. Here's Norm Walker now. 2 down, but the runner still sitting on first. He grounds out, so we go to our first extra inning game of the postseason. Bases loaded for California. Fucking getting called by a 1-800 number. Get out of here. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Gunnar Dominant in a lot of trouble. But he strikes out Keenan. He gets DeMarino to pop out. You're kidding me. Luke Story, who's 2 for 5 today. He gets the job done. Never mind. An error scores 2 runs. You're kidding me. Wow. Big yikes. And now we go to the bottom of the 10th. Seattle trailing by 2. Oh, there's a solo shot with 1 down. They're now within one swing of the bat. Pinch hitter, I think it's Tony McGrath, excuse me. He grounds out. Shortstop, Mr. Wood. I don't think he's known much for his bat. He has a pretty good eye, though. He walks. There's the tying run. Jacob Cole. Top of the lineup rolls around. Can they keep things going? And they cannot. So 3 road teams steal a game in the West, 2 in the East. Player of the day is Norman Visser, who went 4 for 4. Looks like he was just a triple shy of the cycle. Mal Smart, who, oh wow, I praised a guy and he didn't get shit on in the playoffs. Destiny, and Strom Odom. 3 for 5 with a homer and 4 ribs as the Phillies pooped on the Blue Jays 10-1. Alright, let's go to game number 2. It's looking good. I'm not gonna do the starters. We'll see them when we get in the games. Kinda gotta get cooking here. Okay, let's go. Game number 2, good luck. Second and third with 2 down, bases loaded with 2 down for California. Damon Ramage in a bit of trouble early on here. Toronto's on the board early. Jackson kills Donk. Kills in Thomas. Oh, LA has to face the elite Dwight and Dia now. Hecker on the board. Larry Tuba with a solo shot. Makes it 1-0. Benjamin Nang, and it's a little late. Game number 2, but either way, Indianapolis decides to score. They're now up 2-0. I guess if you're gonna lose, you might as well just lose with no runs. Save those runs. Bases loaded, but 2 outs here for Vancouver. RJ Thomas makes it count, though. Singles in Wickman and Koss. It's 3-0. Also 3-0 in India as Cowboy Byer doubles in right. Whoa, 5-0. Adam Young doubles in Wirtz and Thomas. Bottom of the lineup doing work for the Cascades. 5-0, and that's the end of the day. That is it. 2/3 of an inning for Mr. Ben Paulson, and his day is over. Ryder Spire sacks in Thompson for the Twins as they take the early lead again. The Yankees, they also score finally, waiting to the second game. Joaquim Rojas with a 3-run dinger. They're up 3-0 now. Another dinger, this time in St. Louis. Glenn Picardo, the former Diamondback. You get 2-0 there. Vic Soleil doubles in Tyler Bateman, former Cascade. Making it 4-0. 5-0 now in a wild pitch. It's getting out of hand already. And another bomb! Raul Cathy with a 3-run shot. It's 3-0 for Seattle. Holy shit, we got home runs everywhere, dude. There was almost... Well, there was a lot on day one, but not this early in the games. Bing, bang, boom. Second and third for Vancouver in the bottom of the second, but only one down. Chief Rainwater for the Phils will tie the game up with a solo bolo. Up at one. Bases loaded for LA here in the bottom of the third with only one away. They get one. Matt Weber. We talked about him. He sacks in Beal. Seattle scores another one, by the way. Bob Bive, who looks completely fine, singles in Jacob Cole. Toronto retakes the lead with a solo shot of their own. Sid Lippold. There's Benjamin Nang again. That's his second home run of the day. 5-0 now for Indy. Uh-oh. Michael Dodson has left the game with an injury for the Twins. For that, though, Eric Ho singled him in. Probably got injured running the bases. And Mendy Perez, the catcher, singles in Mike Asabawang. Still remember that guy because I wanted to draft him. I mean, he sniped him from me, if I recall. All right, we have an injured Twins player. Michael Dodson. Where is that? Here we go. Injured while running the bases. The survey said he's got a bruised shoulder. Brother, you're supposed to slide with your legs, not your fucking back. All right. Must have had a collision or something. But he should probably be fine. Valero Aguilar with a solo shot. It's 6-0. Indy saving all their runs for game 2 here. Memphis on the board with a Johan Roch single, scoring Monty Baker. And then a Caleb Oliver 2-run homer, and just like that, we got a game. Devondre Gandara singles in Jessica and Kathy. It's 6-0 for Seattle. Boy, we got some lopsided scores early on here. Make it 7-0. Michael Clark, not that Michael Clark, doubles in Gandara, making it 7-0. You guys remember when we had 2 Alex Riveras and I had to say Alex Rivera, not that Rivera, or some shit? Uh-oh, that's not good. Chicago's on the board. Logan McKinney singles in Alcorta, but Alcorta leaves the game with an injury. Probably while running the bases again. Did we get another collision at home plate? Injured while running the bases, the survey says he's got a mild hamstring strain. He'll be okay. I just realized I should probably show the player's name in the injury screen, because people who are watching without sound probably have no fucking idea who gets injured, right? I don't know. Okay, wow, what the... Paco Paredes grounds to fielder's choice, scoring more. 3-0 for St. Louis, 4-0 on a De La Rosa single. San Diego ties the game up with a Crotrache solo bolo. We got bases loaded for St. Louis here. And for Toronto, but both with 2 outs. Kilsdonk singles in Navarrete, and it's 4-1 for Toronto. There he is. I was waiting to see his name. Enzo the Whammy Aponte singles in Tyler Bateman. Or no, it's Tad Bateman, right? Yeah, duh. Former Cascade, I'm bad. Should know his name. Making it 6-3. Second and third, but nobody down for Vancouver here. Potentially looking to bust the game wide open. And they do. Grandridge singles in both Moreland and Gaius Raton, the gay rat. You get 7-1 now. O'Cost makes it 8-1. Asher Wirtz makes it 9-1. Philly roars all the way back, just like that. George Copa singles in Tremblay, and then Chief Rainwater doubles in Mandel and Copa. Have a game, Rainwater. 2 for 2 with a double, now a homer, and 3 ribs. You love to see it. I think he's coming back from injury too, right? So that's always nice to see. The tie is broken in LA. The deadline pickup. Maybe it was a little earlier than the deadline, but Ben Waters, traded from the Cubbies to LA, puts his team on top 2-1. It's 8-0 Seattle. Gandara again. doing the work. There's the catcher, Declan Leiter, we talked about. 7-3. Now salami spread again for the Yanks. Portland on the board with the Maverick Tolo single, scoring to Filippo. He's been on the bases quite a bit. And Christian Letourneau reaches on an error. You hate to see it. 2 errors now for San Diego. I'm not sure if the first one was any consequence, but it makes it 3-1 here in the 6th. 9-0 now for the Mariners. They are putting the gears to the Angels here. Paco Paredes with a solo shot makes it a salami spread for St. Louis. They're at 4 runs. Meanwhile, the Phillies take the lead. Tremblay singles in Liam Lyons, the former Cascade, and it's 5-4. There's Nee. He's coming as advertised, baby. He ties the game up for San Diego. Now tied at 3 with a 2-run bomb. Oh boy, Memphis coming back. 2-run shot for Caleb Oliver. His second homer of the game makes it 7-5 now, as they creep back into this game. Oh man, bases were loaded for Portland in the top of the 7th with 1 down. And unfortunately, they hit into an inning-ending double play. Rough. Jaden Bice ties the game up in Philly, a solo shot. That one's going back and forth. Minnesota leading 3-1 here. I mean, the bottom of the 8th, have a couple innings left. They go to the closer, McClanahan, for Minnesota. Probably the right call, I would say. One of the better closers in our league, honestly. Having a big lefty out of the bullpen is once again a super rarity in our league. RJ Thomas with a solo shot makes it 10-1 for Vancouver. Save some of those runs for Game 3, fellas. Landon Ramsberg doubles in Michael Clark. It's 3-2. Ramsberg sits on second base. He's the tying run, and he is cashed in by Sam Calder. These Marlins have no quit in them. They've got that dog in them, as Sam said about his team one year when they didn't. And Memphis has fucking tied the game. Another 2-run shot from Roch. That's my favorite name to say. He ties the game up at 7. Okay, hold on. Hold up. We got a lot going on, and we've got an injury. We've got Toronto taking the lead on a Mendy Press triple. We've got LA taking a late lead on a Ben Waters double. And then Toronto adding one more. We have Liam Lyons leading the game with an injury for the Phils. Uh-oh. You do not like to see that. That is one of their better players, I believe. Oh. Mr. Lyons' playoffs are probably over. Sans a Philadelphia Phillies SCS berth. That is a brutal fucking injury in the first round. Terrible, terrible injury. And to boot, they are now losing 7-5. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Miami held serve in the top of the 9th. They have a chance to walk it off. And sneak away very scathed here if they do end up winning. It's a final in Indianapolis. We basically reverse scores from Game 1. Indy takes the game 6-0, and we have a tie series there. Vince Anthony pitched a 3-hit shutout. God damn, son. Didn't get taken out at 8 2/3. You love to see it. We're in the top of the 9th now. Memphis. Last chance to add, or take the lead, I should say. There's a 2-out double. They walk Julian Stratton intentionally to get to Foster. And he lines out, so we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Yanks have a chance to walk it off. Cali and the White Sox are both in their top of the 9th, down a lot of runs. Well, 9 each. Those ones are pretty much in the bag. LA here in the bottom, you get the last chance to add insurance for themselves. Top of the 9th for Portland. They trail by 4. It's a final in Vancouver. It's a final in St. Louis. It's a final in Seattle. We're going to extra innings in New York. Once again, Minnesota nothing in the top half of their inning. Bottom of the 10th, top of the 9th, San Diego trailing by 1. Aiden Cohen into the game. He gave up the GOAT last game. He's off by striking out Trottier. Strikes out Zach Pryor, and he sits down Luciano Pettit, a 1-2-3 inning, and LA will tie the series up at 1 apiece. Vancouver tied their series up 1 apiece. I believe Portland and Seattle are tied it, or St. Louis. I think Seattle might be up 2-0. We'll take a look afterwards. Bottom of the 9th, Phillies last chance here. They're down by 2. Facing Brian Fahey. Tying runs at the plate. It's the coach, Marco Ramos, for the single. Coach Kyle, he grounds to a fielder's choice, so he's on first. Not the run of consequence, though. Montgomery lines out. Real Ramos with a 2-run bomb! Ties the game! Oh my god! You could see it coming from a mile away, and they win the game! Back-to-back jacks! Ramos and then Tremblay. Well, that will help the sting of Liam Lyons a little bit. Holy shit. And I believe that means Philly is now up 2-0 in their series as I spit all over my keyboard. Yes, the happy Trent emoji. Let's go. Miami has the winning run on second base, but 2 away for Josh Roberts. A 2-run bomb, and they walk it off! Roberts singles a walk-off run. Memphis was down 7-3, and they hit 3 2-run bombs. Not obviously back-to-back-to-back, but 3 2-run bombs to tie their game, and they will end up taking game 2. Oh, the bullpen for the Yankees. Oh boy. Big yikes. Alright, we got Vince Anthony, no doubt. A full 3-hit shutout. No walks, 8 Ks. Damn, son. Gammon Ramage with the old Classico, though. 8 2/3, of course. Why not? And Scott Tremblay, 3 for 3 with a homer. The walk-off winner for the Barbs. Miami's up 2-0. Philly's up 2-0. Memphis is up 2-0. And the Barbs and Ignition are tied at 1. St. Louis is up 2-0, and every other West Series is tied up at 1 apiece. So half the series tied at 1, half 2-zip. T-Smith on my computer. Yeah, that's a brutal injury. Alright, we should be on a day off here. Yes, we are. Okay, here we go. Game 3's coming up. Alright, let's just get right into it. Good luck, Game 3's. Off we go. Are we gonna put anybody in the danger zone in this game? Oh, Rio Ramos! He tied the game in the bottom of the 9th, and he leads off here in the top of the 1st with a single, scoring Coach Kyle. St. Louis, Thomas Barraza hits a solo shot. They are the one team in the West up 2-0 and could put Portland in the danger zone. Norman Walker, Seattle comes out roaring again. So it goes in Tushoff and Alonso. It's 2-0 immediately. Who's pitching for California? I forget. I should have looked, but San Diego with 2 guys on, but 2 down. Now bases loaded for Zach Pryor. Walks with the bases loaded, and Luciano Pettit, the call up for the playoffs, and Des Galindo. Oh no, and he got hurt though. Holy moly, we had Standon Moncadlo with a 2-run shot for Miami. We have Luke Story putting one on the board for California, but then we have Luciano Pettit leaving the game with an injury after Des Galendo singles him in. Let's take a look. Whoops, hold on a second here. Got a text I gotta deal with as well. Heel soreness. So he'll be fine. What the fuck am I doing here? Okay, we carry on. Bases loaded for Toronto in the bottom of the first. I think I missed Kilsdonk with a single, tying the game up. And a grand salami. Oh boy. Bobby Bice putting the Phillies nuts in a vice. That's a big one. That sucks for the Phillies. Miles Salam with the third shot. Miami immediately up 4-0. Joaquin Rojas with a solo shot for the Yanks. And another solo bolo for Raul Cathy. He's had a hell of a playoff start. I think that's his like third or fourth homer already. First 2 minute board for Memphis here in the bottom of the second with nobody down. Leadoff double for Moreland and Garant. Grandridge triples in Moreland, and Vancouver takes an early lead here. Bases loaded for Memphis now. Wathen in some trouble. Oh god, he walked in the bases loaded. Tie the game. Gets the second out. Oh boy, St. Louis is cruising. Looks like Picardo, De La Rosa, Benjamin Nang with another home run this postseason. I always pronounce it Halum. Is that, are you talking about your catcher, Miles? Halum? I'll try to remember that, but I promise nothing. Like Hollum? Like that? I'm assuming that's what you mean by that. Hollum? Like Gollum? Okay, well now he needs to nickname Gollum, dude. Come on. Miles Gollum Hollum. Hollum? Son of a bitch. Now that's going to be on my mind all day. Sal? Oh, Halum. Okay. Halum. Alright, I'll do my best. But you know I mispronounce names all over the place, so. George Copa hits sacks in Rio Ramos. Philly puts one back on the board. It's 5-2. Atlanta gets on the board. Stephen Fillar, a former Cascade, by the way. Also singles in a fucking former Cascade. Josias James. Bases loaded here from Memphis in the bottom of the third. Wathen again. That's his 5th walk of the day. Last time he walked in a run. Let's hope he doesn't do that again. He doesn't. He actually gets out of the jam. Wow. Demon Long, one of the best names in our league. Doubles in Phillips. California now within 1. Yankees take the lead. Frank Pickett with a solo bolo. And St. Louis continues to tack on. They now have 10 hits and 5 runs. Looking to put Portland squarely in the danger zone. And a wild pitch scores Demon Long. And it is a tie game. And the Rocket, Norman Visser, also looking to put Minnesota in the danger zone. To be fair, Miami scraped through their first 2 games at home, winning by 1 run both games. Bases loaded for Toronto, and they get out of it! A Navarrete double play will keep the Phillies' hopes alive for this game. That could have been a big blow in the 5th. But it remains a 3-run lead. Bases jacked for San Diego. With only 1 down. Portland on the board. Mason Stapleton, underrated player, by the way, doubles in Linebaugh, or Lenabaugh. Oh boy. We have got, oh Jesus, we've got Ty Moss singling in. It's 9-0. It's getting ridiculous, and to make matters worse, Jameson Bond has left the game with an injury for the Dodgers. While pitching, the survey says he's got some back spasms, and he will be probably fine, but the story of the game is San Diego pooping on the Padres, or excuse me, the Dodgers, at home. I bet good money they didn't score 9 runs all season at home. Here they're just lighting it up. Okay. Sorry, I had to type back. Luke Story with the 3-run bomb. Cali now leads. Danmore makes it 6-1. Minnesota trying to claw back here. Everhart and Dodson some scoring runs here. First and second with nobody down for the White Sox. Their chance to come back. Bases loaded. Nobody away. Meanwhile, the Phillies start to claw back too. Mark Sims doubles in Mandel. Montgomery singles in Sims. A bases loaded walk. Oh my God, Alcorta grounded into a double play that got the runner out at home. Indianapolis with the Chris McIntyre singles scores 2. They now are up 4-1. And they somehow get out with only 1 run. That is unlucky for the White Sox. You would have hoped to get more with bases loaded and nobody out. They do tie the game, though. Speaking of tied games, Memphis ties the game. They've got nobody out and runners on the corners. Toronto adds another one here. Mendy Perez. He's had a heck of a playoffs. The catcher, Mendy Perez. There's Raul Cathy. Jesus Christ. Another homer makes it a 1-run game. Max Foster doubles in 2 runs as Memphis takes the lead. Still nobody out. It's 7-1 for St. Louis. Practically guaranteeing Portland heading to the danger zone. Johan Roch. The sac fly scoring Foster. 5-2 now for Memphis. Torquato Fajardo scores Monty Baker. It's now a salami spread. The inning is not over. The 6th inning has been a nightmare for the Yankees. They just cannot get out of it. Finally, mercifully, they get out of it. Not before now trailing by 4. We're in the 8th inning in every game except for the Memphis game. I just clicked the button that says make this team lose. Casey Cherry probably putting the cherry on top of the milkshake that is Miami going up 3-0 now, 8-2 in the top of the 8th. Bo Koss with a sac fly in the top of the 8th, and Vancouver takes a late 1-run lead. Joseph Young with a single scores Lippold for Toronto. Late runs for them. That's an insurance run, actually, as it is the bottom of the 8th. It appears Rippo passed his breathalyzer to get into slack. Here he is, ready to tear apart Tyler. A tale as old as time. Into the 9th in California. Seattle trailing by 1. They have the first 2 guys on, though. Sorry, with 1 out. Vancouver's last chance to add in the top of the 9th. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Portland trailing by 6. 2 down now. Final out. They actually got Raul Cathy out. And they will hold. And California takes game 3. Johan Roque with another shot. final in St. Louis, or in Portland, I should say. It's also a final in Toronto. Oh my God! A big 3-run bomb by Gaius Raton at the top of the 9th. Much needed insurance for the Cascades. Landon Ramsberg makes it silly, 11-2. It's now a final in Atlanta. Indianapolis will take game 3, going up 2-1 in that series. Memphis poised that they now put the Yankees in the danger zone. Oh fuck, Corbin Hebert's in the game. Well, we'll see you in extra innings. This dude is so anti-clutch for me, it's not even funny. It's a final in Miami. They are now up 3-0. Let's get 2 outs though. Final out for the White Sox. Stanford Parker, my bad. Walks, but that'll do it. Now let's save it up. Blaze Wilson with a complete game for the Padres. Ray Bernard, the deadline pickup for St. Louis, and Logan Atwell for the Blues. And yeah, Miami, we have potential bonks on the board. Minnesota, the Yankees, and the Portland Hops are all in bonking territory. Alright, let's get the final game of the morning. Game 4 on the way. Good luck to everybody. Game 4s. Off we go. Oh, Jesus. And immediately, Portland is in the danger zone. Darian Whitlow leads off the game with a solo bolo. So does Jacob Cole for the Mariners. And so does Geraint Grandridge with a 2-run bomb for Vancouver. First and second, but 2 away here for the Phils. Facing off against Rennie Leach. Man, I remember I wanted to draft this guy so badly. I even asked Amin about him like 2 or 3 times. First and second with 2 down here for Seattle. Portland comes right back, though. They're on the board. Seth DeFilippo. He has had a heck of a series. Honestly, the one kind of shining light for the Cascades, Jesus Christ, for the Hops. Pan Siena grounds out scoring Josias Janes. Atlanta takes their lead. And Matt Weber with a solo bolo puts LA in the lead. Second and third here for Memphis with only 1 down. Oh my God, Johan Roch having a hell of a series as well. Almost single-handedly burying the Yanks, honestly. Back-to-back jacks, Fajardo. It's 4-0. The immediate salami slapping spread for Memphis. Tough times to be a Yankees fan. A passed ball scores Calder, and Miami now officially putting the Minnesota Twins in the danger zone. First and second for Indy here in the top of the second. Only 1 down, likewise for the Mariners. Goncalo Mello. Oh, isn't that the guy that Philly got for like a 17th round pick or something from Baltimore? He puts them on top, singling Williams, and then Coach Kyle singles him in. It's 2-0. Demon Long doubling in DiMarino to tie the game at 1, and then Phillips singles in Long. It's 2-1. I missed Noah Powell, of course, hitting a solo shot to put the White Sox within 1. As Galindo singles in Trottier, tying the game at 1. California adding more Robinson single. Of course, Phillips game tied at 2 now. Stanford Parker singles in River Grote for the White Sox. 5-0 for Memphis on a Stratton single. A fielder's choice adding 1 for Atlanta, and an Isaac Keenan double makes it 4-1. It's California coming out early. Bases loaded, nobody down for Miami in the third. This is it right here. This is the Minnesota season on the line. Bases loaded walk is not how you want to do it. 2-0. 3-0. A ground out. They get Mokadlo. But Shelly Stanks Banks triples in and puts a big fat nail in the coffin of the Minnesota Twins, making it 5-0. Mandel singles in Sims for Philly. They are up 3-0 now. Matt Weber has all the runs for LA. That's his 2-run bomb after his solo bolo back in the first. Barraza's solo shot puts St. Louis on top, and then another solo shot from Picardo. Yeah, it's over. Michael Clark doubles in. All 3 runners. It's 8-0 in the top of the third for Miami. The Minnesota Twins, the defending champions, are, barring some kind of miracle, are going to be eliminated from these playoffs. At least you made it. At least you made it. The year I won, I didn't even make the playoffs the next year, so I will give you props. Adrian Phillips with a solo shot makes it 5-1 for Cali. I missed the Dodgers. Letourneau grounding into a fielder's choice. 4-1 there. Caleb Oliver also putting a big fat dagger in the Yankee season. 7-0 on 7 hits. Portland roaring back. DeFilippo again singles in 2, and then Maverick Tolos. Both of these guys have basically carried the offense for Portland here. And don't look now, but they are leading 5-3. Tremblay singles. It's 6-0 for the Phils. Tremblay singles in 2. Sims doubles in Tremblay. And Isaac Keenan with the 2-run blast makes it 7-1 for California. They're up 2-1 in the series and poised to go up 3-1 with this big 6-run lead here. Janes doubles in May, Fuka May, and then Pan Siena hits a 3-run bomb. Atlanta up 6-0, poised to tie their series up and make it a best of 3. Real Roberts, the former Cascade, who I think has like fucking 30 power, 25 power, hits a 2-run jack for Portland. They're up 7-3. Scott Hill doubles. It's 7-0. Excuse me, still runners in the corners with only 1 down. Might have been inside the park. That'd be cool. Carter Williams grounds out, scores Montgomery. 7-0 now. Still 2 men on, only 1 down here in the 5th. 8-0. Boy, when the Phillies score, man, they sometimes can just go off. Minnesota is on the board officially. Lon White singles in Iniguez. 9-0 for Philly. The only close games here are LA and San Diego. LA up by 3, and Vancouver and the White Sox tied at 2 apiece. Well, and San Diego makes it a little closer. Zach Pryor doubles in Towns, and a little closer. Pettit doubles in Pryor. It's 4-3 now. Leadoff man aboard for Cascades in the top of the 7th here. Nothing cooking for about 5 innings in this game. Tied for a while. Pan Siena with more runs. Miami just takes back another run that they gave up. Bases loaded for Portland in the bottom of the 6th. They're up by 4, but they could explode for more and make it a sure thing. But no, instead they line into a double play. They reload the bases with a Liam Senna walk. Real Roberts again! This time a single scores 2, and it's 9-3. Oh, Christ. Tony Young's in the game. Nothing cooking. We're in the top of the 8th. Still tied at 2 in Chicago. 9-1 now for Cal. Every game is fucking goofy. Except for LA and San Diego and Vancouver and the White Sox. And then now the tie's broken. Francis Moreland. Don't look. Oh, no, he has 45 power. That's right. Late runs again for the Cascades off Frank Corson. Guys, a guy who was traded in that deal for Hayden Nelson like 4 years ago now. It's only one down, and a 3-run bomb from Wickman, and that's a late-ass dagger in the back. Once again, late runs. The bullpen failing the White Sox. As Vancouver's up 4 runs now. LA still clinging on to that 1-run lead, and we're to the bottom of the 8th for San Diego. Trailing by 1. Shit, excuse me. Finally, the no-hitter is broken up. Connor Perry pitched 6 and a third or 6 2/3 no-hit innings. Boy, the Yankees offense is fucking ghosting them harder than my wife's boyfriend. They were nowhere to be seen in this series. 12-5 Portland. Save some for the rest of the series, my guys. Same for California. They're up fucking 12-2. 16 hits. I think, when's the last time anybody got 16 hits on Seattle? Oh, we got something cooking for the White Sox, though. We got runners in the corners with nobody down. Jesus, it's third. Bases loaded now. Big trouble. The White Sox come back. I really hate that Tony Young's in the game. Logan McKinney strikes out. And there's a 2-run single. Sean Ferguson getting it done. Regrote singles. The base is back loaded. Please bring in somebody else. It's final in California. They smoke Seattle and go up 3-1 in the series. Oh yeah, we're toast. Yes, please leave my probably worst reliever in the game. Just go ahead and tie the game. Cool, 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 cool. Love it. And we are bonking the New York Yankees off the board. The 2 seed goes down with a whimper. Oh shit, why are these lines not centered anymore? What did I do? Yeah, why did my pitcher why did my guy leave Tony Young in there forever? Ay, ay, ay. Oh well. That has been the story of my season. My boys will just randomly give up 5 runs, 4 runs here. I knew it would happen at least once in this series. Down to their final out, and it is a final. White Sox score 6 in the bottom of the 8th to come back to win the game. LA hangs on to win their game. So I believe that series is tied at 2 apiece. Phillies are going to go up 3-1. Atlanta ties their series up as well. It's a final in Portland. They will stay alive. Minnesota down to their final 2 outs here. Well, they're making something of it. Making it a little more respectable of a score. Down to their final out. That is going to do it. We are bonking off 2 East teams already. First 4 games, Minnesota gets swept, and the Yankees get swept. Holy moly. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we go here. We'll shave it up, and I'll throw up the file. Actually, I don't need to save it because I'll save it now. Adrian Phillips, Michael Clark, and Josias Janes are players of the game. Philly up 3-1. Tied at 2 between Atlanta. That's the best of 3. St. Louis up 3-1 as Portland stays alive. Cali up 3-1 as the Bats have come alive. Tied at 2 apiece for San Diego and LA, and Vancouver and the White Sox. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll throw the file up, and it's now Jason's boat to drive, kids. Be gentle. Understand that he's not a famous stockbroker like me and has all the time in the day to do shit. He'll do his best. If you give him a hard time, I'll force you to sim next time, and you can see the joys it is of keeping the shit going. Do I have anything else I need to say? I don't think so. Put your life jackets on. Oh, fucking, that's A+, man. That's it. That's all she wrote. Good luck, gentlemen. I have no access to a computer whatsoever, so it sounds like I'll be back in time to finish the playoffs, though. We might be a little behind schedule, but we'll catch up to the 5-week schedule with a double sim in, like, spring training or something. That's it. Thanks for the good luck. I'll see you guys later. Oh, the song's about to end anyway, so. That's all she wrote. Good luck. Bye.